in the number 8 car, moving over to Fortec this year from Virtuosi last year. A little bit of an off there on the gravel. Let's try and pick up on that. That's Zach Skula, isn't it, in the 23, who goes off the Aussie. Martin Molnar sadly out. Again, very quick yesterday. Here's a replay. Maybe you can talk us through if you can what you think.
Yeah, there's obviously been a move being made on the inside here, but he tries to hold it around the outside, turns in, and it's so hard to get 2 through that corner. Yeah, 2 into 1 doesn't go.
That was Leo Robinson, I think, trying to make the... Mika Abrahams had a partial stall on the front of the grid, and he's actually the car on the right, and Ella clashes into him, goes up on 2 wheels. And that brought out the safety car. The track was blocked. Safety car actually went through the pit lane. Ella was okay. That's the main thing. Defending the rookie title, and Harrison has gone through.
They're coming together.
And there's contact.
I knew this would happen. I don't have to have another look at it, but that is Ninovic out of the race with another lap to go. He's gone down the inside. Oh, that could have been a big one. They've just got caught up on each other. I'll have to see the start of it. Look, he's left the door once again. He's gone really wide, in fact. In fact, nearly hit the grass. So Deegan had to fill the gap. Oh, it's just a little bit unfortunate that that corner is obviously it's falling away. I actually don't think there's anyone to blame there. I think Ninovic has made him a massive
He was
mistake.
level with him, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was level with him.
Yeah. Now is Deegan still leading?
Joel Robinson, who started on pole position.
That is just proving how difficult these conditions are. One little mistake, she's just trying to make a move by the looks of it, outbraked herself slightly, hits one
tagged,
of got tagged there by another driver, which is...
This is the outside for Palmer, but he's got momentum and gets it, but carries too much speed. Opposite lots, over the grass, spins around, he's out of it. Robinson's out of it as well. Oh, goodness me, 3 or 4 of them. How much is it in terms of wet weather?
But a lot of action. Yeah, little lock up into turn 1 there. You can see his arms trying to fight it, trying to get it turned in, but as soon as he touches that grass, he is a passenger. Nothing that he can do from that point. Arms off the steering wheel. Yeah, all okay, but yeah, likely a safety car. He's always a risk factor if he's near you under safety car for sure. Yeah, a car going off again at turn 1 there. Unfortunate, but yeah, these conditions, as I say, are very, very tricky.
Car number 12, he's up into 7th place chasing Abby Pulling. Oh, and that's Mika Abrahams, gets tagged by Bart Harrison in the 77. Well, Bart was on for necessitate a safety or a red, but we're on the last lap anyway, timing-wise. Let's have a look and see what happened.
For me, it's a tricky place to overtake, even in the dry conditions.
And therefore, it's Ninovic that will hold on, but there's a mistake from Ninovic over the curbs, and that leaves the door open. Fairclough's on the grass. He smashes through the sign. He's lost the lead, but he's coming back on. He's got a little bit of signage on the car. He's got wing damage, and Fairclough was gunning for the lead. Jay, that was not what we expected to see.
No, we've just seen another car off in the background. They've been turned around onto the grass, so that is a very entertaining or a dramatic opening lap, and then done a switchback and got a good run because the driver had run wide, and he's just squeezed onto the grass. And as we remember, we've had rain this morning, so as soon as you're on that grass, you can see his tyres glistening. That's my opinion on it. I think that maybe should have been a little bit more respect there given, but yeah, nevertheless, that was a trip to the pits for Deegan.
He's doing well, isn't he, Max? Doesn't tend to let things get to him, as the XL driver has a look here at Ella Lloyd. Bounces over the curbs, and as a result, lost a little bit of control, tagged Ella Lloyd, and Ella, that's heartbreak for her. Yeah,
she's a complete victim of that there. Again, you know, that sort of area of the circuit, they were giving each other a good amount of room. Whew, that was a close call for the leader there. Yeah, like I say, going back to Ella's situation, they gave each other room, but he just clipped that sausage code, which sent him into her, and nothing she can do at that point, unfortunately.
Max Dodd's getting stuck in it, was challenging Martin Molnar, and the other thing about Max is that you mentioned he's had a couple of seasons off. Well, there goes Zach off again.
Yeah, dropping a wheel. Yeah.
Very, very good start. Managed to go on the outside. I think he's kept 3rd position, so now he's going to be chasing down Abrahams. Oh, there's big contact.
Yeah.
That's Sherwood who's been taken out, and I think it's his teammate Pulling. And one of the XL cars, obviously, is the only one there now, which is Skula, and they've all come together. So if we look further back, you've got the yellow Roding car as well as the pink Roding car, and in the middle, or no, actually Skula was trying to go on the outside, and each had been collected as well. So
let's see how this unfolds again.
Yeah, so there's Sherwood going around the outside. Oh, and then he's tried to take his line and had a bit of contact with, I think, one of the Argenti cars. And then it's just turned pulling round into Sherwood and then also taking out Schooler as well.
So
and we have a red flag. And then look ahead in front, you can see there's so many cars trying to take that same bit of circuit. She did very well there to avoid all of that. Great bit of driving.
Now Ella Lloyd looks to the outside as they come into the chicane.
She's done it.
Yeah, good move by Ella Lloyd. Lovely shot from our onboard camera as well. A great choice. Chloe Chong now in front. Ella loses out and heads into the pits. Gained from his starting position.
So you can see Dodge just went a little bit wide. Oh, so she's taking a front wing off. Well, we missed that. So great decision there. She saw it go straight into the pits.
That was quick, wasn't it? Put a stop to any overtaking, we hope. Let's have a look.
Yeah, just ran a little bit wide coming out of the chicane on the brakes, which allowed the car to slide back around. But
coming up there as he makes the move on the inside. Look how close that was and how he had to jam the brakes on there. Again, you don't want to see cars launch.
Higgins had nowhere to go as well, and that allowed Robinson through.
Deegan Fairclough, he never misses the opportunity, does he, just to try and take it. In fourth place, just one off the podium. Fairclough in fifth with James Higgins and Reza Seaworthen, but it's all going very frantic here. The two cars virtually locked together. Ella Lloyd and Chloe Chong. It was Ella going for the position.
Grinding to a halt as they were stuck on each other. As you can see, they just didn't quite leave enough room there, like we saw with Fairclough and Higgins, but now look, she's actually, her front wheels up in the air, literally stuck on Lloyd's car. That was an entertaining finish for the two girls there.
Ella wanted that place, didn't she? And Chloe wasn't going to give it particularly easily, so both of them racing hard. I tell you what, the fans...
Outbreaks her, managed to just stop the car from locking up, gets the inside line, but unfortunately not enough room to get two cars through there unless you're going to do track limits.
Wow. We're struggling to see through the spray. We've got one off, and that is going to be the number 44 car that's off and through the gravel. Should be able to return, but that's Ella Lloyd. So she started fifth on the grid, the 18-year-old, and has had a problem. And there, by the look of things, we've got some contact further back, and it's going to be one of our rookies that's been tagged in the back, Zach Scholar, appear over the top of the hill, and then differing lines. There's the contact to Alex Scholar, which pitches him into a spin, and amazingly I think the front wing did stay on the car that made contact with him, and it was indeed, yeah, Alex Berg was the apex there. Let's have a quick look. He locked the brake, went onto the banking, yeah, and absolutely the banking is so steep, one side of the wing. Second in the championship, needs to get on with it, and he's going to go through and pick up the lead of the race in the early stages, with Ella Lloyd having a great shot. She's going to slot through into third place. One of the Vortec cars gets turned round, I'm afraid, is sat stricken in the middle of the circuit, but for Kai Dirianani, looks as though everybody has avoided him. Was called CM.com for a period of time. And there's contact there, and that's off and into the barriers. That's one of the high-tech Pulsate machines that's gone off. But in the background, Alex Nenovich was closing all of the time. There was a bit of a moment over the grass. Front wing came off, and in towards the pit lane had to come August Raver. That would drop him to the tail end of the field. But he's got Alex Berg queuing up behind him, and then Bianca Bustamante thereafter. And this is the fight for 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th. Was off the road and rejoining, and contact at the top of the hill. And I'm afraid that was as Rowan Campbell-Pilling rejoined the circuit. He had got a raft of cars, and that has caused a multiple car incident, I'm afraid. A corner later. 4 cars, all with suspension damage, all the drivers okay, but that does mean that it's going to take a while to clear this one up. Thankfully, with that blind crest as well, all of the cars disappeared off the tarmac, all of the drivers got out.
At the moment, I was talking to him yesterday. Let's see if we can see what happened to...
Oh yes, it was, wasn't it his teammate, I think?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Higgins that went down the... It's more trying to get off the damp Scottish ground of, you know, the grass. He's been squeezed wide there. Oh, no, it was further back, wasn't it? It was his teammate. And look, the camber is falling away. Does need to be careful now as he's going for a move now. And Ella Lloyd's going down the inside there of turn 1. He's got a puncture. There's definitely damage on both cars. Berg's got a puncture. The gravel with a puncture. Look at that, locked up there. Just a little bit of contact. Nearly went over his wheel, but you can see it's punctured it instantly. And the wing damage is going to cause a lot of problems now for the rest of this race.
Alex Berg, race winner as August Raver brings out the reds. Here's a replay.
Let's see. Oh, that's it's Harrison who's gone down the inside of Raver there, just turned him round.
New drivers in the mix as well. This is a replay from this morning's race. Staller, Tom Behrman stalls.
Oh, it's a big shunt, that, isn't it?
It's not nice to see again, actually, is it, to be perfectly honest? But the drivers are okay. That's the key thing that we can stress for the viewers.
Yeah, everyone was okay. A lot of them avoided it. But look how hard Campbell-Pilling hits Behrman. Real shame for Behrman. He was obviously on pole, reverse quick pole, and yeah, just didn't quite get off the line. But they're so tricky to pull away these things. You can see Fairclough actually saw that incident. Yeah, so he's already had a moment at turn 2. He's run very wide through Brooklands. He's then side by side with his teammate, and it just looks like he's just on the slippery part of the circuit. There's more grip on the outside, which is where Higgins was, and he just lost the rear when he went to hit the brakes. He's picked up the grip, and again we've got a spinner there.
Reba.
Yeah, Reba's gone round going into Brooklands as he was on the inside again on the slipperier part of the circuit.
Championship winner, and hang on, let's come back to that in a minute. Oh, a little tag on Robinson.
Yeah, Robinson was trying to go on the outside. She was trying to avoid hitting him, but there's no grip when he's sort of being pushed out.
The reverse grid race, which will be tomorrow morning. Where's she? Oh, and a little wheel on the grass there. Kieran Salmons and Scott Stringfellow, the driver of the safety car, have been scrambled. They are ready to go for their first safety car intervention. So it was a mistake. Goes out on the grass, and he's a passenger. Oh dear. So a little mistake from Ninovic.
There's Ninovic. Ninovic has got up to second. Yeah. Higgins actually dropped back a little bit. Look at them all going off. That's Higgins gone off. That's Harrison gone off. The rest of them managed to get through. Just come on, Higgins, keep going, keep your foot planted.
For third position in the championship, a vital FIA super license.
Oh, Ninovic has gone straight on at Surtees. He was looking very racy indeed, but he needs to get back to the GP circuit as quickly as he can. So that is not ideal, and a few others as well. It looks like it's not too bad right now. As you can see, there's Ella Lloyd as well defending her position as she goes through. Dingledale, sorry, the Sheen, Campbell Pilling's gone round as well, and Ella Lloyd's gone wide. Safety car is out.
Yeah, unsurprising here. Wouldn't be surprised if we...
It's all undone as he got to turn 4 and went straight on, but yeah, you can see the big lock up there from Higgins, and that took Harrison out as well. There was no contact, but it just gave him no alternative but to go straight on, and yeah, you can see Harrison, he's managed to stay on the circuit, but you can see now he's kept that door open all the way into paddock, but now Harrison goes wide. He's outbraked himself, he's gone wide. That now brings Higgins up to 5th place, so now it's very close between the guys that are fighting.